Live from Boston's WB, Karen Marinella, Frank Malico, Mike Wacom, Mike Ritte. This is the 10 o'clock news on Boston's WB 56.
A little baby that made big headlines. 15 years later, attitudes beginning to change. More and more women are willing to do it. Have a baby for someone else.
But it's not as easy as it might sound. A majority of these women who want to do it can't. Not because they're unwilling, but they just can't pass the test. Paul Mueller joins us now to tell us why. Paul?
Well, Frank, about 1 in 40 women will actually pass the test. Surrogacy experts say if every woman who wanted to be a surrogate mother were allowed to do it, there'd be too many to count. That's why there are safeguards in place. And then there are those women, few and far between, who pass and become professional surrogates. Surrogacy. It is a word that conjures up images of a private matter that went very public, a case that tugged at the heartstrings of all America. The Baby M case. Mary Beth Whitehead at the center of the controversy, the woman hired by a New Jersey couple to bear their surrogate child. But Whitehead tried to renege on the deal. In the end, the couple got the baby, but surrogate mothers, say experts, got a bad rap.
I think the public has focused for so long on the Mary Beth Whitehead case from 1988 and the fears that developed for the public because of that case. I think that for a long time, people were afraid of surrogates. They were afraid that women would change their minds. We've never had a woman even contemplate keeping a child.
Trying to help infertile couples have children, John Weltman founded Boston-based Circle Surrogacy 8 years ago. A father of 2 through surrogacy himself, Weltman's agency has grown up to 50 new couples each year. Since 2000, the agency has helped bring 100 new babies into the world. Weltman says celebrities going public with their own surrogate stories has helped people realize that Mary Beth Whitehead is a rarity.
Once they're pregnant, everything is, it's the same as if
they will
I
have
was
no
carrying.
kind of special
No,
traits
it's
or...
exactly the same, except that I'm not getting the morning sickness, and I feel a little guilty on that part.
I spent a lot of years trying to start a family and was unsuccessful, and finally found a wonderful woman who had had her own family and said, I can help you do that. And she did, and we have 2 beautiful boys.
Some people would say there are too many children on this earth who need to be adopted. Why make more? You say...
The problem is that couples over 40 have a terrible time finding someone to adopt. And gay couples have a terrible time finding someone to adopt. But I've got an option that's 95% successful. To me, there's no more successful way to go, so why not?
Weltman says unlike adoption, where up to 30% of women change their mind and keep the child, of the approximate 10,000 surrogate births in the U.S., only 0.2% have reversed course and sought custody. In no case, he says, has a court let a surrogate keep the child for herself.
You want a fork? You don't want it cut?
Bonnie Davis is a New England mom with 3 kids of her own and 3 surrogate children. Rather than use her own eggs, she offers to carry others' babies for them, providing a place for the baby to grow and develop.
I think that everybody who wants a child deserves to have one. I think it's great. It's just, you feel so good that you have helped somebody else achieve what they wanted.
But there has to be some difficulty, though, in doing that.
You plan for it before you even get into it.
Bonnie says besides happiness, she gets more time with her family, and she couldn't be happier being a stay-at-home mom.
I get to stay home with my kids. You know, it gives me freedom to do what I want to do, because I always wanted to be a mom.
Bonnie says the money is merely the icing on the cake.
You're definitely not getting rich off of it.
And these are not women who are looking solely for a financial fix.
As for the long term, Weltman says surrogacy is becoming more and more mainstream. And for would-be parents who can't have children of their own, it's the way to have a child.
There are going to be more and more people doing this as a viable option, a viable infertility option. That incredible feeling when they give. They seek it like a drug. I mean, it's just an incredible feeling of, I want this. I want to be able to do this for somebody. Look how great that makes me feel.
You know, some people say, oh, well, you're such an angel for doing this, and you're so wonderful, and you're so great, and I don't understand why more people don't do it.
Why? Experts say it has to do with the testing procedures now in place, so another Baby M scenario won't unfold again. For more details on Circle Surrogacy, you can log on to our website, WB56.com, and click on news links.
This
Karen,
is so
Frank?
important to choose a reputable agency. What happened with the Baby M case?
Well, it's very important. That's paramount to find the reputable agency. I mean, they must go through these medical tests and psychological tests. This is a list of all the tests that the women have to go through. They even screen them for sexual partners and sexually transmitted diseases. But the most important thing, it's a comprehensive, advanced psychological evaluation. And Karen and Frank, in the Baby M case, Mary Beth White had reportedly had that psychological evaluation 3 times. And on each occasion, she flunked it. Still, she was able to go ahead with the surrogacy anyhow. So finding that right surrogacy agency is so important.
I would imagine, but I would think a woman, you get attached to it, and you might change your mind in the middle of it.
That's exactly what happened with Mary Beth. But again, 0.2%, John Weltman is saying, surrogate mothers not wanting to give up the child.
Thank you. Great. Very interesting report. Thanks,
Thank you,
Paul.
Sure.